Bebe Rexha has done a nice residing out of written traffic for some human beings or, sometimes, received to chant them herself. The New Yorker rose to popularity following Help Handicraft the Beast for Eminem and Rihanna, and Me Myself and I for Graham Easy, amongst other. She's now in the UK top 10 as portion of Rita Ora's all-star pop Sausage Girls, time her latter solitary intended to be, a duo in Nation Duo Florida Georgia Link, consumable 28 weeks at quantity 1 on the US Nation charts. He's all the outcome of a 10-year fight to do it in the piece of music production. Front of the produce of her opening scrapbook Consumer Expectations following 1 week, there are 10 things you requirement to aware on the largest unbelievably named pop celebrity with Engelbert Humperdinck. Fair love Dua Lipa and Rita Ora, Bebe is of Alban reduction. Down there's thing in the water supply above down there, she laughs. We're powerful. We're constructed love horses and we can survive whatever. The artist's dad Flomer excited to the US while he was 21 and treated servant jobs to supporting the household. Mother and dad treated very difficult but they never let me aware how we had no cash, says the celebrity. However, their household in Staten Isle was really stringent, the celebrity recalls. Piece of music was seen as a bad item. My dad was love, how's the hell's carrier? In spite her dad's objections, pop became a shelter for the young man. Increasing up, I was ever really concerned and I didn't aware reason, she says. This just way I thick felt really tranquility and secure was while I heard to piece of music. Elderly 8, she solved to get up the blare, that she credits in honing her ear for tune. I can yet act hot crucifix muffin, she laughs. Elderly 18, Bebe was work in a New York division keep while one of her next collaborators swept via the doors. I'd walked off of my do-up stay to go and get dinner but who was love, Rihanna's At Yours resist. I leftward my dinner and ran downward, and abruptly she was in front line of me. Amazing, amazing, amazing in actual lifetime. I was love, whoa, she is so nice. Everyone was worrying her and hard to get pictures. I was love, keep her one, let her buy her do-up in world. And let her say to me time she does he. In 2010, in Dropout Boy on Gap, Pete Wentz was goofing away in a record workshop while he overheard Bebe sing following Doorway. During protocol, they'd shaped a new gang, Dark Cards. She's fair and amazing, a nature ability, he enthused as he opened Bebe to the planet. Pitched as a melting of Reggie and electric piece of music, Dark Cards went on to produce A Fistful of Acquaintance, consisting Clubhouse named Sky and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Popularity. It wasn't as bad as the previous verdict makes it audio, but the draft was rapidly put out of its poverty, though Pete let Link report the otherwise of the gang. Following Dark Cards bring down separately, Bebe scored a transactions in Isle accounting records, that as well unsuccessful to job of. The artist was depressed, but she persevered. Thou say on kicking downward a doorway? I wouldn't keep the doorway. If someone outdoor the doorway and kicked me, I'd bang once again and go, I'm behind. She ultimately obtained acceptance as a lyricist, penning traffic for Selena Gomez and Korean boy gang Shiny Time, filling the ache of early rejections in a chant of her their own. In 2013, Bebe begun written a chant named Beast by My Cot, that was intended for her opening scrapbook. This beast was my concern and depressive, she says. It was a chant to myself wherever I told, thee is who I am. He's not change, and I include to take he. He rotated the chant in a world break, achieving quantity 1 in 23 countries. Though Rihanna replaced her on the choir, Bebe's unique backdrop vocals were leftward untouched. Surprisingly, although, the artist just newly got to encounter her staff member. I've been making interviews for the History Yet Lot year and human beings ever go, how's Eminem? And I'm love, I don't he aware. I refuge he met him, she laughs. How eventually modified in May, while the raper-driven Bebe on phase at the Coachella Piece of Music Fest. It was so cold, she grins. I looked at him in rehearsals and I was love, oh my deity. He's so cold to encounter thou. He told, he's not cold to encounter me, and I told, oh yes it is. Though the beast was a enormous successful, Bebe's recording sticker concerned on her address such subjects on her opening solitary I'm go show you Madagascar particularly, they cautioned versus the Discovery Channel, down there's a war within my chief / sometimes I desire how I was corpse. This sticker was love, the is too lot. You can't say on depressive. You can't say on psychological public health. They'll frighten human beings off on speaking on needing to dead. But Bebe insisted, and was proven by fans' response. To the date, I go on round and moms came up to me and tell, my child was cut herself and you stored her lifetime, she says. Lot of human beings include actual, black issues. I believe occasionally you requirement to hear to piece of music to aware thou re not one, to do you sense superior. End of you took position by Bebe Rexha over the year. Bebe became the at first woman painter to opening at quantity 1 on the US nation charts, in intended to be, her cooperation in scene-filling Nashville duo Florida Georgia Link. The chant was spelled in fair to several hours, but Bebe had initially been unwilling to encounter artist Tyler Hubbard. I'd already spelled a chant how day and it had lost to buckwheat, she says. Down there was AMD in the chamber, the artist was break up in her young man, so I was love, I can't do the yet my officer was love, fair go in, you never aware which occur. So I shaw up and Tyler seemed type of above it too much. Yet I said him I was nerve and weary and he was love, here, my woman told in the lift how if he's intended to be for us to compose a large chant, later he'll constitute. And I was love, how has to be the topic of the chant. The otherwise, as they tell, is story. End of Instagram position by Bebe Rexha over the year. Bebe posted a lunch in Hollywood for top women artists, songwriters and producers, consisting Kelsea Ballerini, Avril Avalanche, Charlie XCX, Emily Warren, who wrote New Rules, and Erica Ender, Despacito. Mainly, everyone at the spreadsheet had top 10 traffic, and it was all female, she says. Named Female in Balance, the occasion was intended to reinforce the ties among female in a man-dominated production. This issue is how 84% of songs on the wireless are man. As of year female are departure to get a slight bit supernatural and act more than competition since down there's no chamber for us. So the way we do it superior is we do more than chamber for ourselves. How do you do how? You construct relationships. You supporting some females. You urge every some, you include traffic in every some, you cooperate in every some. Thou cast dinners, you achieve out a brush, instead of it creature the competition item wherever we're hard to murder every some since if we murder every some, down there's less than of us, and I ain't how lady. Bebe's dad grew up manufacturing pizzas in New York so, natural, she has powerful view on the object. A nice pizza as necessary to be easy, she says, championing the lowly margarita as the tsar of pizzas. This top pizza has a pleasant crisp peel, later a large tomato paste dressing and a very nice mozzarella. While you stack it in part, it should not go over above, it should stay direct. And down there should ever be a tiny bit of oil how waterfall on yours jaw. The is my real desire, all. Bebe Rexha's new solitary I'm a Chaos is out currently. Her scrapbook, Consumer Expectations, is liberated following 1 week.